Hi, are you a person who struggles with self belief, self confidence? Are you a person that always think that I'm not enough, that I can't take on this task? There's no way in the world that I can achieve these great things. You see so many people in the world doing greatness. You're like, well, they're special. I could never achieve that myself. Well, if that's you. If you're saying yes to that, I got to tell you, first thing is you're not alone. I've been there. Lots and lots of my clients have been there. And then the second thing I want to tell you is that thought, that theory, that thing that's going through your mind, it is a complete lie. Fact is, you are more than enough. You can do hard things. You were designed by God Almighty to go and subdue your area, go and subdue your world, go and subdue or overcome hard tasks. And that's what we're going to talk about today is how you can grow your confidence in yourself. But before we jump into those ways of how you can build confidence or you can be a confident person, let's talk about some things that confidence is not, right? Confidence is not relying solely on yourself, solely in your abilities, solely in you. You got to see, friends, confidence is not without the presence of God. Philippians tell us that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. So we want to make sure that we're not taking God out of the equation, but we also want to make sure that we're not getting it confused with what God can do in himself. You see, guys, you hear me always talking about that we have to have a partnership with God. You do your part, he does his part, and that equals up to a miraculous life. But so many times we get caught up in and this is easy to believe. How many of you can raise your hand and say, I believe that God can do anything? I'll raise both hands. I'll raise, if you don't want to raise them, God can do anything. But let me ask you, how many of you will raise your hand and say that you can do all things through Christ? You see, friends, the absence of God, when you're trying to go at things and have confidence in yourself and you take God out of the equation, that's when we get into arrogance. And arrogance is somewhere that none of us ever want to be because it is a false belief. It is a futile belief. It is something that won't last. And it's also something that's just ugly, right? It's something that's ugly and no one likes to be around an arrogant person because it's all about me, 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 me. So I'm going to make this statement and this will carry on through the rest of the episode here. When you have confidence in yourself, it is not without the presence and the help of God. And how could it be, right? God is the one who created you. He is the one who gave you the gifts and the talents that you're going to rely on when you're talking about building your confidence. So I tell people all the time, without God, there is no confidence because without God, there's no you. Okay? Let's get that straight. But guys, everyone has at certain times have struggled with self-doubt, unbelief in themselves. I know I've struggled with this, and I would say confidently 99.9% of all the people that I've had the pleasure of leading or being significant in their life or have had the opportunity to coach them. This is one of the sticking points that we all have to overcome, and that is building confidence. Like I said before, we can believe that God can do anything. That faith in him is unmovable. But now we have to also have enough faith that with him, we can do all things. You know, in Romans, it tells us that we're more than conquerors. So if we're more than conquerors, man, that means that we can do some great things in this world. But you have to have belief that you are more than a conqueror. Okay. I know I've struggled my times in life and I've seen some tasks that seem insurmountable. I'm like, how can I do this? How can I achieve such a goal as this? And I would tell myself negative. You think that you can do those things, but can you really do those things? That imposter syndrome set in. How many of you suffer from imposter syndrome? That you think that you're not big enough for the task? That you think, who am I that people are going to listen to me on a video? Who can I coach? I mean, I'm not a perfect person. I'm not a perfect being. But let me tell you this, we're going to get into this later on, but confidence doesn't require perfection. As a matter of fact, it's just the opposite. Confidence means that you know that you can do things because you know who you are and you know whose you are. So guys, if it's okay with you, let's jump into it. I had about five tips that I want to share with you about confidence, and then maybe even a sixth one as a bonus, okay? But let's jump into number one. First thing is you have to understand that confidence is not just given to you. You're not born a confident person, okay? Confidence is earned or confidence is built. And how do you build it? It's built through taking action. It's built through saying that, you know what, the task that's in front of me, I have to go achieve it and I got to go after it. So you keep, just like building a muscle, that action of repetitiveness, you just keep going back and forth, back and forth. You win, then you get knocked down a little bit, but you come back again. You win, or you fail, you come back again, and you come back again stronger. You keep going back, but you never ever give up. See, guys, confidence is not sitting idle and then you just build it up. You just build yourself up so strong that you think, I can do this. No, it's steady actions. You keep going after it. You keep going after it. You fail, you get back up, you go after it again. You win, you learn from that, you take mental notes, and you go back again. And what you'll start seeing is the things that you were fearing, the things that you thought were going to hold you back, the things that you thought you couldn't overcome, they become smaller and smaller and smaller. But your confidence gets larger and larger and larger because you're starting to have wins. And I'm telling you, man, there's no better feeling than to have a win over something that you had already made a mountain of. But you start climbing that mountain, man. You start climbing it. You start getting to the top of that mountain. You look out and you're like, I can do this. That's how you start building confidence. Small wins. Small wins is how you overcome fear that you're not enough. So let's move on to number two. Confidence comes from clarity. You know, when I say clarity, I mean you know what your task is. You know what your mission is. You know what you're trying to achieve in life. You know what you're trying to achieve in this project. You know exactly what it is. Your mind is not muddled. You're not trying to figure it out on the fly. You're prepared and you know exactly what you're going after. You know, how many times did Jesus in the Bible say, I got to be about my Father's business? I got to be about my Father's business. He was clear on what his mission was. He was clear on what his task was. And that's the same thing I'm telling you. A lot of times when we are not confident, we find ourselves not confident because we're not sure. We're not clear. We don't have the clarity in our mind and that clarity in our heart to say, this is what I'm trying to achieve, this, and then I'm focused on it because I have clarity coming in my way. I know I'm not muddled with all these different things that's going on, but I know what my task is and I go after it. And when you know what the task is, you're not doubting yourself. You're not saying, oh, did I say this right? Or did I do this right? Or did I do this? Did I make this happen the right way? Because you own a mission. You're on a mission to achieve something that you see clearly in your mind and in your heart. Okay? Let's move on to tip number 3. The heart-mind connection. And this is similar to what I said on clarity. But guys, not only do you have to have your mind in place, you have to have your heart agreeing with it as well. So many times I see people trying to achieve things only here, only in their brain. And I don't know if yours work this way, but mine definitely works this way. My mind can only hold so much. It's like my disk is can filled with information, and I need to delete some stuff that's in there so I can start thinking clearly, so I can start going after something heavy. But let me tell you this: your heart can't can't overflow with goodness. I mean, it can't be filled to capacity with goodness. It'll overflow, and it'll keep allowing you to put more in it. So, guys, a lot of times we are focusing on our wisdom. I mean, I'm sorry, not our wisdom, our knowledge. We think about our education in an area. But when you're trying to be confident in yourself, man, it's a heart thing. It's a thing that sticks right here in your heart. You got to believe that you believe that you believe that you can achieve something great. I tell my clients all the time, you start here and you start saying it enough, you start believing it enough, then it gets in here. And when it gets in here, you are that person then. You become that person that unshakable confidence comes once it gets in your heart. Yeah, that seed starts in your mind. But man, I'm telling you, when you get it, that mind heart connection going, unstoppable, unshakable confidence in you and what you can achieve. Okay. And we sometimes say that when a person is overconfident, like I said before, he's getting arrogant. Nah, there's a difference. When you become very secure in who you are, you're not having self-doubt. That's because it's in your heart, man. That's because it's right here implanted in you. And that's because that's becomes the person you are. Now, let me tell you this side note: fear is always going to show up. Disruption is always going to show up. But when that fear shows up, your heart is what's going to pull you out of it. Your heart is going to tell your mind, think back 2 years ago when we were facing something similar to this. Your heart is going to tell your mind, what happened last time we tried this? Didn't we overcome? Didn't we fix that situation? Didn't we come out of that situation not even smelling like smoke? That fire was hot, but we came out of it, man. And that's when that heart starts talking to that brain starts looking back. And you start saying, that's right, I did do that. I did do that hard thing. And guess what? I can do it again. I can achieve greatness again. And that is going to take you through the rest of your life. You're looking back at what you've already overcame. You look back at the victories that you've already fought. And you say, man, there's no way this right here is going to stop me. You know, what is that fear? And everybody's different. Is that fear of public speaking? As I remember when I first got into the coaching and success habits, teaching success habits, I got in front of a crowd of people, and man, when I was in the back before they called me out on stage, dude, I think you could probably hear my heartbeat a mile away. Heart was about to thump out of my chest. I was so nervous, but I got to tell you, I started looking back at the preparation, at the time that I was getting myself ready to go. Then I don't want to get into about other topics, but then I start thinking about the people and how they're going to achieve greatness from hearing the words that I'm going to share with them. And it all dissipated. But it took my heart talking to my mind to calm me down, to get me to go out on that stage and deliver. And I did it, and I felt so great for it. Have testimonies of people coming up to me saying how much that talk and that speech that I gave affected their life. But my heart had to grab my mind and slow my nervous system down and say, you can do this. You can do this. And that's what I'm telling you right now. You can do this. You can achieve greatness by having confidence in who you are. So we know that opposition is going to come. We know that fear is going to come. We know that rejection is going to come. We know those things that's going to try to kill your confidence. They're going to show up, man. They're going to show up, and they're going to show up like clockwork. They always have, and they always will. So how do we deal with that? Well, again, we go back to the past. We go back to what we already overcame. We also know that it's coming, so we prepare ourselves. Like Satan, our adversary, he has no new tricks. He knows what sets you off individually. He knows what's going to get you off rail. He knows what's going to get you put in a whirlwind. He knows what's going to make you unconfident. He knows what's going to scare you. He knows what to do for you individually. So if he knows that, you should know that as well. So what should you do? Prepare for it. Prepare for it. If you find yourself in a situation where you have to get on stage, you find yourself where you are, which your job or whatever you're doing requires you to public speak. It requires you to get on video camera and deliver messages. Prepare yourself for it. Pray about it. Get in prayer before you go and do those tough things. Make sure that you're reading God's word so you can build yourself up and know that those things are coming. But how many of you know when you're a person that's filled with the word of God that stands true in his life at any moment, that person can go out and do hard things because he has a basis for doing those hard things. If whatever it is, whatever your fear that Satan has for you, whatever that fear is, recognize it, harness it, and make sure that you purposely go after defeating that thing. You know, if you're afraid to go and just be in public, or I know when COVID came, a lot of people were so afraid of being socialized again. If you know that you notice that, man, make conscious effort to go out and do things that you would normally wouldn't do. Put yourself in a situation where you know that you're going to be struggling. You know that it's going to be tough. You know that it's not going to be easy for you to accomplish. And just jump into the deep. Jump into the deep end of the pool, man. I promise you, you'll swim. You'll swim. If you know you're going to go into a situation where you're going to get knocked down, have the confidence to know if you get back up, you can fight another day. Know that you have inside of you the ability to do great things. Like we started off, Philippians tells us that we can do all things, man. Not a few things, not a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but it says you can do all things. The question I have for you is, do you believe it? Do you believe that you can do hard things? And like I said before, man, this is going to require effort. This is going to require you fighting. This is going to require you going it over and over and over again. Confidence is worth it. For you to be successful, for you to be driven, for you to go out and make your mark in this world, you cannot do it with self-doubt. You cannot do it living in imposter syndrome. You cannot do it having negative images of yourself. When you look in that mirror, you need to see somebody that's bold as a lion. You need to see someone that can take on hard things. As a matter of fact, you look for some things that's hard so you can grow and you can build yourself. So guys, come along this journey with me. We've shared 4 things already that's going to help you along this journey. Make sure you study it. Watch this video over and over again until you get this place that you know that you need to be. And that's a confident, bold, goal-getter, person that's successful, a person that's driven, a person that's confident, and they believe in what God put inside of them. But let's go to the next step. Number 5, take imperfect action. Guys, I got to tell you, perfectionism is a lie. Perfectionism is something sent from Satan to make you not try, make you not step out into the deep, make you not go in and do great things. Not even try. Perfectionism keeps you on the sideline. Perfectionism makes you think, oh, what are they going to think about this if I put it out? Oh, what is somebody going to say about me if I do this? If I want to achieve greatness, am I going to be received? I don't, who am all those negative self-talks that you do to yourself? It is coming from perfectionism. And guys, I got to tell you, there's a man that walked this earth a long time ago. He was the only perfect person to live. And that is my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He was perfect in all his ways. So I decided a long time ago that I'm going to do this. He earned that title, so I'm not going to try to mimic him as far as being perfect. I'm okay with going and doing things that may not be perfect. I've not been always that case. You know, we all are going to struggle with what are they going to say? What are they going to do? How are they going to react? Are they going to like it? Are they going to accept it? What are people going to think about me? This, is my hair looking right on? I don't have any hair, but for you guys and ladies that do have hair, is my makeup right? Is this on right? Is this going right? Man, let your mission take control and go out and do it. Go out and do it. Take bold actions right now. Take bold actions and just jump in front of that firing line and go after it, man. You know something is inside of you right now. Matter of fact, put that in the comments. What is it that you're called to do that you won't do because of perfectionism? Take the first step to defeat perfectionism and put it in the chat right now. Put it in the comments. What is it that you're looking for help for? That you're looking to do, but perfectionism is causing you to not do anything. We know it's paralysis by analysis. You go in, you're researching, you're trying to figure this out. Oh, I could do it if I just had that. Or I could do it if I just had this. What is it that's holding you back? That's got a grip on you, saying that it's got to be perfect. And let me give you a tip on perfectionism. Whenever you think it's perfect, it's still wrong. It still can be improved on. So what I'm saying is this is a tunnel that you can go down, and it's dark, it's never ending, and it stops you from getting started. How many of you know if you're going on a journey from your home to whatever the destination is, you have to first take the first step, then the second step, and the third step. But perfectionism causes you not to even take the first step. And how many of you smart people know if you don't take step one, you can't take step two, right? So leave perfectionism where it is. And that's a bowl of lies. Let perfection be known as a cancer that's trying to stop you. It's trying to destroy you. It's trying to keep you away from your greatness. Recognize it. See it for what it is. And say, today is the day that I take that first step. Today is the day that I push record on the camera. Today is the day that I go out and I run or walk that first mile. Today is the day I say no to those things that I know are unhealthy for me. Today is the day I make that phone call to ask for forgiveness. Today is the first day that I take the step to write that book, to take that course, to go back to school. You don't have to be perfect to get started. But if you want to pursue greatness, you got to take the first step and get out of perfectionism. Guys, I'm telling you, this is something that cripples almost everybody. It's trying to be perfect because we're concerned about what others are going to think about us. There's a controversial person that's leading our country right now, but I believe in that God is in control and God can take care of anything. But that person, one quality that they have that I do admire is they don't quite care what people say about it. They don't care about what people think about it. They have a clear vision of what their agenda is, and they go after it. Now, I'm not getting political. Please don't put that in the comment. But sometimes we have to be like those people and stop worrying about what people may say. Now, I was talking to my wife, and we're talking about they. I'm like, we've never found they. They're going to say this. They're going to think this. They're going to criticize me. I've never found they. And how do we know what they're going to say? Right? So, guys, let's make sure that we're not letting perfectionism stop who we are. Okay? And then the last one I want to leave you guys with is, it sums up almost the other 5 topics. And that is, don't let your fear or self-doubt cast a shadow on your mission. Let your mission be greater than your fear. If you're driven and your calling and your purpose is to be a doctor, don't let your self-confidence pull you back from those people. How many of you know we all need good doctors in this world? We all need better doctors in this world. If you are called to be a person that sings, man, don't let the fear of what people say about your voice distract you. Don't let what you think you look like distract you from going after your mission. Don't let the fear and the lack of confidence drown out who you are. Your mission has to be completed. We talked about this earlier. Jesus said, I have to be about my Father's business. He knew what his mission was, and he did not let anything stop him on his journey to complete that mission. And that's the same thing I'm telling you guys. Make positively sure that you put mission ahead of your lack of confidence. And then when you put mission ahead, you'll start seeing your confidence grow to levels higher than you ever thought. Because when you get that mission in you, that's that why. And that why will wake you up in the morning and say, I don't care what you think they're going to say. You're going after it today. I don't care what's happening. You're going to make that meeting today. You're going to go and present that, whatever it is today. You're going to take that job that you think that you're not qualified for. You're going to take that thing. You're going to grasp it. You're going to make it big in your heart. And you are going to see confidence grow inside of you. So guys, I'm curious. How is negative self-talk? How is negative views of yourself held you back? What does it cost you? And more importantly, are you ready to squash it? Are you ready to kill it and get it out of who you are? I have to tell you, confidence is key. We believe God. We have faith in God. And I'm not telling you that you shouldn't. I'm telling you that you have to have faith in God. But if you don't do your part, and then you're not confident in what God made, you will never see success in your life. But if you believe that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, man, if you believe that you are more than a conqueror, if you make yourself bold as a lion, there's nothing that can hold you back. Nothing that can hold you back. Guys, I hope I've said something today that has ignited you, something that's going to make you driven to go find your self-confidence. I hope you take away from this video and you say, today is the day. Today is the day that I declare that I am enough, that I am good enough to take on this task, to achieve this greatness, to do things that I thought I never could do. And if that's you today, it was my pleasure to be here to serve you. It was my pleasure to let God lead me to you to help build your confidence in yourself. But I have some exercises. I always like to give everybody homework. What I want you to do, big or small, write down 3 wins that you had in your past. Write them down. Write what happened, what was the circumstance, and how you overcame it. And then what I want you to do is to read them out loud to yourself every morning. And then let that drive you and inspire you to take on the task that you're presently going through. Whatever is sapping your confidence, look back at those three things, say them out loud. Build your confidence on those to take on your present task that you have in front of you today. Guys, if you're having some struggles with certain things, put it in the comments and let us inspire you. Let us pray for you. Let us help you see that, man, you are enough. You can do hard things. You were built for such a time as this. And everything that you need to overcome whatever Satan is lying to you about is already in you. It's already there. You just got to go find it, draw off of it, and make your life that much better. You know, Jesus told us that he came that we may have life and have it more abundantly. I believe that abundant life comes when we team up with him and we're doing our part. So drop it in there. Drop it in the comments. I am confident. I'm as bold as a lion. And guys, I want to make sure that I'm doing something to help you guys. So when you put it in the comment, I'm going to pray over you. I'm going to do them as much as go through them and just pray over as many as possible. Because I believe that you deserve confidence. Because I believe when God made you, he didn't make no junk. Okay? He made you to be great. He made you to do great things in this world. He gave you the ability to do all things through Christ. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Subscribe, give me a like, give me a comment, share this with someone that you know is struggling with negative self-doubt, negative thought, negative talk. Share this with them. Maybe it will help them in their life, and maybe they'll go on and do great and mighty things as well. So, guys, stay blessed and stay driven. We'll see you in the next episode.